What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, Dana White is literally still live right now as I record this, but he just announced some huge UFC fights that I need to give my immediate reaction to. We're gonna go in chronological order from, least important to most important. First thing that Dana White announced, UFC Fight Night London. Bro, that's 9 main events in a row. Leon Edwards, he's not fighting JDM now. JDM is out. And it's going to be Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady as the new main event of UFC London. Just when I thought the UK fans couldn't have it any worse. $400 for a ticket. Now, you don't get to watch JDM cold this guy. You get to watch Sean Brady smudge him. So, the new main event is Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady in London. Let me know how the card goes, guys. I will not be watching it. We'll talk about JDM in a little bit about what's happening with him. But then, Dana White announces UFC 314. Crazy fucking pay-per-view. Main event, we got Volk versus Lopez for the vacant featherweight title. So Ilia Topuria has vacated the belt. He's moving up to 155. The second that, oh my god, bro, Volk is actually getting the belt back. Volk is actually getting the belt back. I'm going to give my predictions for every single fight at the end, but I'm just going straight into the news of it. Volk versus Lopez, vacant belt, 314 main event. The co-main event is 5 rounds. Nobody talks about it, lad. I've had 5 rounds of fucking pizza, lad. We got Paddy Pimblett versus Michael Chandler as the 5-round co-main event. I was so scared that Dana was going to announce that the co-main event was Arman versus Chandler because he started off with, we got the number 7 ranked Michael Chandler. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But it's Pimblett versus Chandler. This is amazing. And the featured fight, we've got Yair Rodriguez versus the debuting Patricio Pitbull from Bellator. Huge announcement for 314. So we've got Volk getting the belt back against Diego Blockhead Lopez. We've got Paddy Pimblett title run continuing against Michael Chandler. We've got Yair Rodriguez having to actually defend his fucking ranking. And then, just when I think it can't get any better, right? My phone is blowing up like I just got a title shot. UFC 315, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Bilal Muhammad, they tried to make Bilal Muhammad versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. The kid doesn't want to fight Bilal. The kid's scared. He's scared of Bilal. I mean, who can blame the guy? You know who stepped up to fight to fight Bilal Muhammad, excuse me? Let me tell you about this guy. Jack Della Maddalena, bro. I can't believe it, bro. We fucking did it. We fucking did it. Anything is possible, man. Anything is possible. We've got Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena for the welterweight title in 2025. My dreams have come true. My prayers have been answered. My 2 goats at welterweight are fighting for the belt. And Shavkat Rakhmonov is sitting on the couch trying to accumulate aura after people said, oh, Bilal's ducking Shavkat. Bilal's scared of Shavkat. JDM's a bum. Look at me now. Pound for pound, headshot, dead. We've got Shavkat out on the fucking couch, and we got Bilal versus JDM, the real number 1 contender, Jack Della Maddalena. People are hitting me up. Oh, Bedtime, what's your reaction to this? Bedtime, people want to know what I was going to say if JDM didn't get the title shot. If JDM didn't end 2025 as welterweight champion. I guess we'll never know. Because JDM versus Bilal Muhammad is official. I did hear about this before it got announced by the UFC. You have no idea how hard I was wanting to talk about it, but this just confirms I could never be an MMA journalist, bro, because I really wanted to leak that shit, bro, but I'm so excited to talk about all of this. Obviously, Sean Brady, Leon Edwards, no one gives a fuck. The first thing I'm going to talk about is UFC 314, which is Volkanovski versus Lopez as the main event. Volk's getting the belt back. Volkanovski over 5 rounds with a recovered chin. I think he's going to absolutely piece up Diego Lopez. I think this is going to be a Brian Ortega rematch for Volkanovski. Back in, like prime Ortega rematch. He's going to have some scary moments. I'm sure Lopez is going to swing for the bleachers early on. Spam buttons. I think Volk's going to piece him up with the jab. I think Volk's going to piece him up with the body kick. I think Volk is going to be able to take him down and beat him up if he needs to later on in the fight. Over a 5-round fight, I'm not picking Lopez to beat Volk. He either KOs Volk in the first 2 rounds, or Lopez will be getting added to the compilation of people that got brutalized by Volk. He's going right there alongside TKZ and Brian Ortega on the shelf as another title defense for my GOAT Volkanovski. I cannot believe that he's getting the belt back, bro. It feels so fucking good, dude. And as for Ilia Topuria, one thing interesting that Dana White said, Ilya is moving up to 155. We're going to announce what's next for him. So for me, that doesn't sound like he's getting a title shot, which honestly, this is exciting. Like, I am hyped to see this. I want to see maybe Ilya versus Charles Oliveira. Maybe they're working on Ilya versus Dustin Poirier. The possibilities are very exciting now that Ilya has officially made a decision. I know that I've made videos being like, dude, just stay at featherweight, defend your belt. As soon as they were talking about, no, he deadass wants to fight Islam, I'm like, cool, let's do this shit. And I'm glad and I respect Ilya Topuria for just vacating the belt, clearing out the division. Like, who the fuck, like, who actually gives a fuck about Ilya versus Evloev or Ilya versus Lopez? When there's options of Ilya versus Charles, Ilya versus Poirier, Ilya versus fucking Islam, dude. So for that reason, I'm so excited about this featherweight title. I don't consider this like, oh, well, you know, Volk lost to Ilya. That was a circumstantial loss for Volkanovski. I think coming back recovered and proving that he can still go against Lopez is very possible and going to happen. Co-main event, Paddy Pimblett's beating Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler does not try to win fights in the UFC. Paddy Pimblett's going to beat him, bro. Paddy Pimblett, mark my words, in fight, bro. Paddy Pimblett's somehow going to submit Michael Chandler, like, quicker than Charles Oliveira could. 100% this is going to happen. So, for me, my picks for 314, I've got Volkanovski by decision or maybe late rounds TKO, like round 4 TKO. And I've got fucking Paddy Pimblett by submission, dude. I'm very excited by UFC 314. Like, when this got announced, bro, I'm thinking we are back. My phone is literally blowing up. My phone literally is blowing up. I just showed it to the camera, like as if I'm on camera, but my phone's blowing up like I just won the belt. Because 314, we are so back. And then Dana White has the heart on him. The blessings, the love for bedtime MMA. He recognized, he heard my voice. He knew what the people wanted. Nobody cares about Shavkat Frodmanov, dude. Real ones know JDM is the real number one contender. And now listen, kid. I have a lot of love and I have a lot of respect for Belal Muhammad. He's one of my favorite UFC fighters of all time. I was with him on this journey to the belt, right? I was saying how much of an aura merchant, how much of a fraud Leon Edwards is, and Belal Muhammad deserves the title shot. He's on the run, all this stuff, right? I'm with Belal Muhammad. JDM will be champion in 2025. Jack Della Maddalena coming off a layoff. This is the only time Belal's going to be able to beat him. I truly believe that, bro. Right now, 2025, JDM coming off a huge layoff, maybe Belal Muhammad can beat him because Belal Muhammad's going to push him back. Belal Muhammad's going to take him down. But the thing about a 25-minute fight with JDM, Belal Muhammad 110% is not going to finish JDM. Every time they're striking and they're boxing, JDM is not Leon Edwards. He's not fucking Gilbert Burns, dude. He's going to go out there. He's going to land hard body shots. He's going to land hard hooks, hard uppercuts. He's going to be able to scramble back up to his feet, threaten stupid guillotines and buggy chokes and shit. I just think 25 minutes is such a long time with JDM, who is the best boxer in the welterweight division and a very underrated defensive grappler. People always bring up this Burns fight when it's 1-1 going into the third. He's getting back up and he KOs Gilbert Burns. He finishes Gilbert Burns, right? That's more impressive than beating Wonderboy, but for some reason, Shavkat beats Wonderboy. Oh my god, man. Call the fucking cops, dude. Belal's in trouble, man. You know what I mean? JDM beats Gilbert Burns. Oh, it's Gilbert Burns, dude. It makes no sense. But hopefully now that this has been announced, people can get on the train. People can realize how good this is for the division. This is the real number one contender. And by the way, and I add this, JDM was extremely fucking active before the injury. Shavkat Rakhmonov has been inactive the entire time he's been in the UFC. JDM had like 4 fights in 2022, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. JDM is going to be active. He's going to be exciting in the cage. And I think this is going to be a very good fight between him and Belal Muhammad. Because Belal Muhammad's really fucking good, dude. And I think his wrestling, I think his kickboxing is going to be a good test for JDM. Especially because Belal Muhammad has crazy cardio, really good chin, very physically strong as well. This is definitely going to be the hardest fight for JDM in the UFC in terms of pure skill set, pure ability. I'm super excited for this, okay? Rest of UFC 315, we can't help you. We can give you the GOAT JDM. The best you can get otherwise is Shevchenko versus Fiorot. Dana announced that too. And I love that Dana White in this announcement, he's like hyped as fuck. He's like, listen, we're going to talk about what JDM is later. He's like, we got Volk versus Lopez. We got Chandler versus Pimblett. We got Patricio Pitbull. He's going to be stepping in the cage. He's going to lose his featherweight title the second he gets in. Then he's talking about Bilal JDM. This is a badass fight, right? Second he gets done with talking about Bilal versus JDM, and we got Shevchenko versus Fiora. Yeah, we got a couple of, we're still working on the card. Listen, don't crash out, Canada. We're still working on the card. We're going to give you some more NPCs on the card, but this is a badass fight card. All in all, I just want to say respects to Dana White. Thank you to Dana White. These are the type of pay-per-views and the type of run that we need to be going on in 2025. Yeah, man, I'm super excited about this. I think that Leon Edwards definitely can beat Sean Brady, but I don't really care about that main event. Now, I'm happy that it's happening. I'm happy for you, Leon. I'm happy for you, buddy. Maybe you can get a win now. All right, because the real welterweight picture has been cleared up. We've got the real number one contender, JDM versus Bilal Muhammad. We've got Volk versus Lopez for the vacant belt, which is going to clear up the division very, very smoothly. Because if Lopez wins, we get Lopez versus Evloev 2. And if Volk wins, we get Volk versus Evloev. We can look at Volk versus maybe Aljamain Sterling. It's going to be good for the division now that Ilya has just left it. And it's a little bit more competitive at the top, right? We've got old man Volk, a little bit more beatable. I think this is really good for featherweight. And I'm super excited to see Ilya at 155. I might do a whole video about that, but this is my immediate reaction. This is my predictions, my thoughts, my ramblings about how excited I am about Jack Della Maddalena versus the GOAT Bilal Muhammad. This is like my fucking WrestleMania, dude. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. And old man Volk getting the belt back, dude. I'm so happy, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. And I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.